Unveiling the Titans, Legends of Ancient Mythology. The ancient Greek state existed for several thousand years. The history of this world is rich in momentous events, inventions, and discoveries for mankind. Many things that are now familiar to us were invented in this country: the foundations of medicine, politics, astrology, philosophy, and literature. And images of gods, stories of their life and struggle for power are still present to some extent in the culture of all countries. Most people can easily answer what gods lived on Olympus, who are the Titans or Cyclopes. The first ideas about the world. Who are the Titans? The whole mythology of the ancient Greeks is a desire to realize and explain the phenomena of nature. Known to most of us gods of Mount Olympus, Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Ares, Artemis, Apollo, and others, were already the embodiment of the ideas of the later period of the existence of Greece. At that time, when the people had already formed statehood, there were well-appointed cities. Science and thought were developing. Titanium is a metal. Properties of titanium. Application of titanium. Marks and. But in the so-called dark times, during the Aegean civilization, man was still in complete dependence on the whims of nature. It was worshipped. Tried to placate her with offerings and sacrifices. According to researchers, it was at this time that myths about the origin of the world originated. The basis of belief is the stories about chaos, the universe, from which everything came out, light and darkness. And the first goddess of the earth, Gaia, and the ruler of the sky, Uranus. Some people start to get confused about the story here, forgetting who the Titans are and identifying them with the rest of the gods of Olympus. 6 brothers. What the Titans are. This is actually not the case at all. The Titans are the children of Uranus and Gaia, the second-generation gods. The images of these first monsters were far from the aesthetic perfection that we are used to seeing in the literature of ancient Greece. The 6 giant brothers were the embodiment of human fears, inspiring terror. Let's find out who are the Cyclopes. The meaning of the word and the myth of Cyclopes. In fact, who the Titans are, from ancient Greek mythology, it is difficult to understand unambiguously. Thanks to the works of Homer, Hesiod, tragedies of Aeschylus, we know their names and sphere of activity. Ocean is the ruler of the world's rivers, personifying the element of water. Koi, the god who embodies the axis of the sky. Krios, the father of Astrius. Iapetus, according to one version, the ancestor of the Aryan tribe, his sons were Atlanteus and Prometheus. Hyperion, the sun god, father of Helios. Kronos is the chief titan. Greece is an ancient country. Its history is impossible to understand without knowledge of traditions, customs, culture, and a huge layer of the latter, mythology, tales, and legends, including about this character. There are several variants of his identification. Most likely, he is identified with time, Kronos, father of the first Olympians. 6 sisters. In addition to the male gods, Gaia and Uranus gave birth to as many Titanids, who were destined to become the wives of their brothers. Tephida. Their marriage to Oceanus produced 3,000 sons, which are rivers, and an equal number of daughters. Later in literature, it acquired the meaning of one of the epithets of the ocean. Rhea is the mother of the Olympic gods, and is both the sister and consort of Cronus. Thea is the wife of Hyperion, ruler of the night luminary. In the union of the sun and the moon, Helios, Eos and Selene appeared. Themis, traditionally considered the patroness of truth, justice, and observance of the law. Mnemosyne, memory, personified with the universal understanding of existence, the parent of the 9 muses. Thebe, wife of Koya, mother of Leto and Asteria. War. Who are the Titans in ancient Greek mythology? All the gods were characterized by one essential feature: the struggle for power. The great Uranus saw in the offspring a threat to himself and his sole rule, so he decided to cast the offspring back into the earth. Their mother, Gaia, opposed it. To protect her children, she persuaded her youngest son Kronos to take a sickle and scrape his murderous father. Atlanteans, who are they in Greek mythology? According to this story, it is easy to understand who the Titans are for Greek mythology. It is a symbol of the victory of the new over the old, in a word, the triumph of progress. Moreover, this practice of inheriting the world continued with the gods of the third generation. As noted earlier, the son of Olympic rulers is a more mature attempt to realize the surrounding reality in the Greeks. Like his father Uranus, Kronos, having become king, did not want to give the rule to anyone, because all the children born to his sister Rhea he swallowed immediately after their birth. The mother managed to save one of the sons, Zeus. It secretly from the parent has grown up on island Crete. Coming into power, the new god plotted to overthrow the cruel king. Knowing who the Titans were and how dangerous they were, Zeus called on all his brothers and sisters, whom he had freed from the womb of Cronus, to help him. 10 years there was a battle for power over the world. The future head of Olympus came out the winner, and the old Titan overthrew in Tartarus. Incarnation in art. Titan Greece. The story of the struggle of 3 generations of ancient gods is described in the epic of an unknown author Titanomachia. This work itself has not reached our days, but according to some sources its content is partially restored. In the classical period of Greek development, many famous writers and poets reproduced in their books these or those legends. In the Middle Ages, a whole cult of worship of ancient Greek history and mythology was formed in Europe. Hundreds of authors around the world looked for inspiration in the legends of this country. There are an infinite number of variants of performances, assumptions: who are the gods, cyclopes, giants, what are the Titans? Now the legends of ancient Greece are experiencing a new round of popularity. Around the world, dozens of movies on this subject are made every year. The richness of images and pictures of the special beliefs of the Greek people somewhat overshadow more ancient myths. Perhaps now not everyone knows who the Titans are, but they are the beginning of the history of this amazing imaginary world.